QuickBooks Pro Plus Desktop 2022 OneNote presentation, Manage Sales Tax Form. Let's get into it with Intuit's QuickBooks Pro Plus Desktop 2022. Here we are in OneNote. If you have access to OneNote, would like to follow along, you're not required to, but if would like to, we're in the icon on the left-hand side, Topic Introduction tab, down in the 1240 Manage Sales Tax Form tab. Also note, when using OneNote, take a look at the Immersive Reader tool. Topic introductions, they're also in the text area. Same name, same number, but with transcripts. Transcripts that can be translated into multiple different languages and either listened to or read in them. Also note that the topic introductions will have the same name and number as a presentation. Topic introductions designed to give an introduction to the topic, provide screenshots and links where applicable, and give some accounting background that can complement the information we're going into within the QuickBooks software. Closing the icon on the left, we're looking at the Manage Sales Tax Form. If you're working in QuickBooks with the presentations, you could use these screenshots to follow along with if you don't want to open up the QuickBooks software or don't have access to it. So first we have the screenshot of the home page. We're focusing in on the vendors section, and we've been going through the icons and the flow of the vendor section. Now we're going to be considering the Manage Sales Tax item on the right-hand side. This one's going to be a little bit strange because, of course, it's a tax item, and the tax items are going to be a bit different, a bit strange in that we're going to be accumulating the sales tax not through the normal process of the vendor cycle, but really down here in the customer cycle, because the sales tax is basically a charge that's going to be happening when we make a sale. That happens when we create an invoice or create a sales receipt, but at that point in time, it's increasing a liability. That liability, when paid off, is going to be us paying, in essence, a vendor. So this little widget up here is, in essence, going to help us to track a special liability account that is going to be paid off for the sales tax that will accumulate upward. Here's a closer look on the vendor section. We're focusing in on the sales tax widget on the right-hand side. If to turn on the sales tax information in order to be charging sales tax, it's in the Preferences tab down in the sales tax. This item needs to be turned on in order for sales tax to be charged. Then we got to set up the items. We'll talk about that in future presentations. Then you will be charging sales tax for the particular items that you have assigned to charge them for when creating invoices and sales receipts, such as this. Here's the sales tax item on down below. As you have the sales receipt, which is part of the revenue cycle, you're actually creating a liability, that being this 7.65 in this case, which will be going to an accounts payable part, which is a liability account on the balance sheet, which then needs to be paid off at that point in time. It acts much like an accounts payable type of account, which is like a vendor type of account, meaning we're going to pay it off in the future with, in essence, a check type of form, but a special check type of form that will indicate that we're using the sales tax widget. So here's the balance sheet, and you can see that there's an increase then to the sales tax right here. Here's the sales tax payable account that goes up when we create invoices or sales receipts. If we drill down in on it, you can see it increasing with the invoices here. Then it's going down with the sales tax payment. This is, in essence, a check type of payment, meaning decrease to the checking account, but a special one where we're going to use that special widget to help us to calculate what needs to be paid off. So this is going to be inside that sales tax widget. Inside that widget, you could have the sales tax preferences that can be set up. We also have the prepare sales tax forms, sales tax liability, sales tax revenue summary. These, in essence, being reports that you could generate from here, or you could generate them from the report center to help you calculate your sales tax. And then we can go through the pay sales tax item here, which, if you have the little widget set up properly, we'll do that in the second half of the course, setting up the widget in order to get sales tax set up properly. Then this should calculate the sales tax that is owed based on your invoices and your sales receipts that have accumulated, and in essence generate the check that you need to pay to the state or local government, those typically being the people that are collecting sales tax in the United States, it being a state and local tax, not a federal tax at this point in time. We don't have any added accounting information related to this outside of the screenshots, but you'll get the general idea when we look over the invoice form of how the sales tax basically goes up And here you got to pay it off in a similar way as you would do with other type of payable accounts. It's just that within QuickBooks, you'll do it with that special kind of sales tax form because you're doing it with, in essence, a widget which will be indicated on the transaction detail.